So, dear Dharma friends, practicing meditation is kind of like a method we purify ourselves, and it is of always your choice. And you have to remember what you really want in this life, and what is your goal, what is your purpose living in this life. When you have a purpose, and according to that purpose, and you have to find a path to go. So we cannot tell everyone that your path should be nibbana or your enlightenment. There are people come for different reasons. Another thing is, remember, the one thing we have to understand, that we cannot overtake anyone's will. We cannot. Maybe we have a will, so we have a path ourselves, and we think it is right, and at the same time each and everyone have a path and the will according to their own way. And maybe we come to a position and tell, hey, I am right and you are wrong. And sometimes when the majority come to a right position, and we say that is right, but that doesn't mean the other people, whoever, and rejected that idea is wrong. So how we know then the majority is, even though that the more people like something, that doesn't mean it's going to be right. But ourselves in day-to-day life, when we come to a position, when we come to a point, and sometimes we always try to change other people and try to push other people and judge other people, argue with other people. But remember, the very first thing that you have to do, no matter whatever other people believe, you have to accept it. It is a big decision, not easy. Yourself, look, that we all like to have our own way, and once you have it, and give that to other people also. And yet sometimes from the in the bigger picture you can say, oh, this is wrong, it is bad, so like that. But the very first thing, to even you have an idea to change that, if you have an idea to correct them, help them, the very first thing that you have to do, not to reject them from the beginning, accept them. And once you accept it, it's like you allow them to come in and they feel comfortable with you. And once they become comfortable, they're going to listen to you. And that is where you can slowly give your understanding and share what you have. And then they have a choice. But one of the biggest mistake in day-to-day life, most of time what we does, when we are come to a position, when we come to an idea, right away we reject others. Right away we say, oh, this person wrong, this person bad, like that. Things happen not because of one reason. Things happen because of many reasons. So then yourself always remember that the very first thing that you have to do, when you have a purpose yourself, and the same way try to respect to others also. And that is where you need the compassion, that is where you need the loving kindness to accept other people. Reject other people, you don't need anything. So the thing is this, around you, your own people, your husband, wife, children, friends and family members, brothers, sisters, if you don't develop a art to accept them, if you always develop the resistance, your life going to become so difficult. So then, that's why it is very important for you to develop a art to accept them. They are very different. Actually, in the ordinary life, we never see who we are each other sometimes. We don't see sometimes other person purpose. Maybe they live together as a husband wife till each other die. That the children come through you and they live with you, but you will never understand who is the real inside. So you have seen there are some kings had the child came through and then the child went through against the father and killed the Ajasata and the Sigri Kashyapa. So like that, the child itself went against the father and gave a hard time, helpless. So like that, yourself, sometimes you don't know who is that. But the important thing is you have to understand, learn to accept rather than from the deeper level rejecting. That acceptance make a comfortable situation, environment around you and around them to be with them. And that is where you can slowly start to transform them. Another thing is, once you start to accept itself, it's going to become very comfortable for you. So when that comfort develop yourself little by little, and you have power to change the other or change the environment. Otherwise you suffer. So when it comes to that, there are 3 qualities that you have to develop. The very first thing is, recognize yourself very clearly. So that is very important. Recognize deeply, dig into you and look yourself, be very clear and challenge yourself little by little and recognize, be very clear within yourself. So that is the first thing. And the second one is be mindful, awareness, and always be conscious. That is the greatest tool that we have. I don't want to use the word weapon. No, it is the greatest kind of the tool, the awareness. Because once you have the awareness, you can deal with the karma also. You can change the karma also. When you lose the awareness, you can create many kind of difficulties. So develop that awareness. That's why we practice the meditation. And so another thing is, always remember to purify, clean yourself. When it comes to cleaning yourself, you can clean with the water, you can clean with the soap, so the body wash, or you can use that things. But this cleaning is not like that. This cleaning, for that you need people. Use the situation and use the people to clean yourself. So that is one thing in day-to-day life you have to practice. But sometimes we like to use the people to shine. We like to use the people to cheer us. We like to use the people to appreciate us. But it is very rare we use people, the situation, to clean us. So how you can do it? When whatever the difficult situation come with other people, whatever the unbalanced situation come with other people, if you are become conscious, using that conscious, you can change that situation to opposite side. So when the anger arises because of other people. And if you have become conscious, you use that moment to purify yourself, and you use the loving kindness. And in that very moment, you become purified. And the jealousy arises. You use the other person to become more generous, to break down that jealousy that inside you. So that will help you to purify yourself. The greediness arises with the other people. And that greediness you use when you become conscious, you become generous to purify yourself. So like that, always remember, we develop the purification in the basic level using other people. And that, so when you become more conscious in the basic level, that you will see that whatever the situation come with others, and it help for you. In there is a situation, there is a moment come to you, and you never going to disturb because of other people. And that is the moment you are ready to live in anywhere in the world. But otherwise you get disturbed. Why? Because people have different behavior. You cannot change them. And that then you get mad, you get angry, you get disappointed, you get upset because of the other person's situation. But if you remember that, to recognize that change inside you, effect that inside you, that is consciousness, that is awareness. When you come to that awareness, remember, use that the same current, same situation, same moment, same people to purify yourself. And that way you will see any difficult situation become opportunity for you. In any hard situation, make you a better person. So that is a way that we have to live, and that is an art that you have to develop inside you. There were two people inside the ICU in a hospital, and one person, it was a one window room, one person next to the window, another patient a little away from the window. So both are critically ill and couldn't move from the bed. So somehow the person who used to be next to the window and start to look around, and he always look around the outside the window, and then the other person little far away from the window and had a conversation every day evening and asking what you see. So this person start to tell, looking over the window, oh, it's beautiful, it's trees, there is a fountain, there are people sitting next to me. So every day telling beautiful things. The other person got mad regarding this patient next to the window, and he's enjoying this. He having he next to the window, and I am this far away, and this patient inside the room, little by little, get disturbed because of the other person enjoying these things out, looking outside the window. And he had the jealousy, anger, hatred. He was so unhappy, little by little. And then what happened one day at night? The patient next to the window had a severe cough. And then the other person was listening, and he started to think, and he started to wish the suffer. Why? Because the jealousy arises in him. And then by the morning, the patient who used to be next to the window died. And the doctors came, nurses came and cleaned the body and took away. And that jealousy, that anger, That hatred developed because of that other person enjoy his life. This person felt, oh, it's okay now. And then after a few days, he asked from the nurse, can you move me to that, close to the window, that area, because only me in this room. Then it's, yeah, it is okay, you can. And then they move the window, the patient to the window. And then that day somehow he able to move his body and look over the window, and he just saw only the other building next to the hospital. There was nothing. And then person start to think, what other person told about me? So he never saw anything like that. It was that everything in his mind. When the difficult situations come, and you have to have a mindset to purify yourself with the good things, and not to whatever the dragging the all the bad situation around you. Even though it is hard, you cannot keep reminding things. So the Dhamma is something, teaching is something. When you are in a difficult situation, it will help you to purify. So once you know that, little by little, when a difficult situation comes, it will help you to purify yourself and share the moment with others, rather than throwing whatever the difficulties to others. And at the same time, there is a very nature in us, when we are in a difficult time, when we get sick, when we get mad, that very easily we create the jealousy. Especially when we are physically become weak, the very next thing happen is the jealousy arise, hatred arise. But remember, learn to purify yourself. So little by little, you have to have an idea to purify. So otherwise it is a kind of like a huge current. It will take us in the samsaric journey, and you will never find an end. So when a situation comes for you, never throw any kind of difficulties to other people. Always try to make other people comfortable. Sometimes it is hard, but when you have intention to do that, you can do it. You are more powerful, you are strong than you think. So try to share yourself the best that you can. And at the same time, when other people start to throw something to you, and learn to accept it. Learn to accept it. So sharing is not just only one way. It's both way, accepting and giving the both. So never have, when other people enjoy their life, never have yourself to allow to raise the jealousy, hatred, or the anger. So it is yourself for a moment to purify, and wishing them more happiness, more success. So that way you purify with them, and you will never go from light to darkness. Otherwise what will happen? You always, when other people enjoy, if you get mad, angry, it's like you go from light to darkness. Never allow it to happen. So this purification with the people, use other people to purify yourself. If you are in a dark, if you are in a difficulty, get into the light, wishing them always the good, happiness, success. So you have to think about it. You have to have the strength to do that. Every day, in every way, you have to do it. So that way, in this very life, you have opportunity to uplift yourself. So remember then, purify always. And the one thing is, and have a purpose yourself, that be very clear with it. Another one is the be conscious, be aware regarding the situation, and especially within your. Another thing is, remember to purify yourself. Purify yourself. And everything you will see, things going to change. Once you have the idea, it is my decision to purify myself using this all, you're going to see it completely going to change the environment, change the situation. So it is you to try. So with this, I wish upon everyone, by this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe, and finally may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata ca ammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care of yourself. Have a nice day.